Hey artists, in this video we're going to talk about using colored pencils to create gradients and blends for our 1-point perspective art project. In this example, each one of the letters has its own vanishing point, and we're going to use different colored pencils to blend and glaze together to create a nice smooth gradient. So when you're choosing your colors, you might want to use a scrap piece of paper to test the colors out on so that you can decide the order that you're going to use for blending. Sometimes it's good to use 2 or 3 colors that look nice together. So you could choose analogous colors, colors that are next to each other on the color wheel, or you could use monochromatic colors, a light, medium, and dark value of the same color. So for this example, I've used teal, green, and yellow-green, which look nice when they're blended together with colored pencil. I'm echoing the shape of the letter so that way when I make my gradient, it helps affect that 3D shape so that everything looks more realistic. When I'm glazing the colored pencils or blending them together, I'm trying to press lightly first so that the color will blend together, and then I can go back over it with more pressure. I really like testing the colored pencils on a scrap of paper before I do it on my project. That way I'm confident that the colors that I chose are going to blend nicely together. Sometimes the colors don't always look exactly the same as the color that's on the outside, so it's great to test them on a scrap of paper first. Between classes, if you need a rubber band to hold your colored pencils together, I can definitely give you a rubber band to help hold your colored pencils that you've chosen together, so that way it's easier for you to continue working on your project. As you're choosing your colors, you definitely want to consider how dark the value is, so that way you could do the darker value closer to the letter or the darker value closer to the vanishing point. It's a personal preference of what you prefer for your color gradients. I chose to do all of the darker values closer to the letter, so that way the letter to me looks like it's popping up a little bit more. I chose different color gradients for each letter. I think this also helps in your design if you use different colors for each letter, so that way if you chose the same vanishing point, you can tell where each letter is separated more clearly. I also did a lot of different lines and designs in the front of my letter on the face of the letter. That way it makes a little bit more contrast between the black and white designs and the areas that I'm going to color. If you want to color the front of the letters as well, you could do that too, but I chose to leave the face of the letters in black and white. I can't wait to see what colors you choose for your project.